Welcome to Onourshelf. Today we're going to have a shootout between the One M8, the Samsung Galaxy S5, the iPhone 5S, and the Motorola Razr. No, I'm just kidding. Not the Motorola Razr. So starting with the camera specs, the S5 has a 16 megapixel camera and records up to 4K video. The One M8 has a dual 4 megapixel camera with ultra pixel technology and records up to 1080p video. The iPhone 5S has a 8 megapixel camera and records up to 1080p video. So in terms of camera specs, it's safe to say that the S5 is the clear winner with the most megapixels. But camera specs aren't everything, megapixels aren't everything. We're going to see how these things perform in real world scenarios. So we spent most of our time at the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, shot some photos, shot some videos, and well, here are the results. You be the judge. You guys got it?
You got a flash on that. You got a flash. Playing with the bear, that's cool. Or the ball. I was playing with the bear, that's cool. Or the ball. I was playing with the bear, that's cool. Or the ball.
So at the end of the day, after 6 hours of taking pictures and shooting videos, we learned a lot about these three phones. And I'm going to start off by saying you really can't go wrong with either of these three phones for taking pictures or shooting videos. They all take really great photos and videos, but two of them really stand out. And I'm talking about the 5S and the S5. So the M8 is clearly going to take third place here. Now don't get me wrong, the M8 does take decent photos. It's just that when it comes to color accuracy and sharpness, it doesn't compete with the other two phones. And overall, it just tends to make photos look a little bit too soft. But as I stated earlier in my review of this phone, where it lacks in camera quality, it makes up for in photo and video editing features afterwards, which you may or may not care for. As for the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the iPhone 5S, I tried really hard to put one of these phones in first and second place, but that was a lot harder than it sounded. And I'll start off by talking about video quality. So first off, the S5 does shoot in 4K video, whereas the 5S is limited to 1080p video. So for this comparison, we shot both of them in 1080p resolution. And the majority of the time, the S5 produced sharper videos. Now, not a lot sharper, just slightly sharper, but they were sharper. And also color accuracy. Now, as you can see, I'm actually there to the right shooting this video in person. So I have the ultimate big picture of what this natural scene looks like. And when I get home and play these videos back on the monitor between the S5 and the 5S, the S5 had a slightly better edge when it came down to color accuracy and a more natural look. And I really do mean slightly better. So if I was giving these two a score, if I gave the iPhone a 9, I would give the Samsung a 9.5. It truly is just slightly better, not a lot. And that was just 1080p to 1080p comparison. If you really want to go big, just whip out the 4K mode with the S5 and it's a wrap for the iPhone. As long as the S5 is not moving while you're filming in 4K, because then it's not so good. Now, as for photo quality, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the iPhone 5S for photos. Now, both of these phones both take rich, detailed, colorful photos. But from what I've seen, the iPhone just adjusts to light changes a lot quicker. And I don't find myself tapping the screen as much to get the right exposure, which is a really good thing when you're trying to get that quick photo. As far as details go, I wanna call it a tie. but for certain photos, especially ones taken at close range, the iPhone's photos tend to have more detail in them. And as far as color accuracy goes, I'm gonna go ahead and give that one to the S5 because the iPhone's colors can be a little bit oversaturated at times, which can be a good thing though, especially when taking pictures of colorful objects. It really makes them pop. So in conclusion, if I was going to an event outside and I was going to be taking 90% photos, I would definitely choose the iPhone. If I was going to be taking mainly videos, I would definitely choose the S5. If I was going to be doing an even match of half and half, then I would just ask the polar bear. And he chose the iPhone every time. So that about wraps this video up. I'm curious as to which phone would you guys choose? Which phone do you think takes the best photos, best videos? You saw the images just like me. What's your opinion on this? If you could only choose one or you only have one, which one is that? So that has been a shootout between the iPhone 5S, Samsung Galaxy S5, and HTC One M8. Take care, I'll see you guys in our next video, and thanks for watching.